Hi guys, so today we're going to do our second day of substitution. You're going to see the steps are generally the same. The equations that you're given initially will look a little bit different than yesterday. So if we take a look at the first example, we have one equation that has 3x plus y is equal to 4 and a second equation that is y equals 3x minus 2. So it's a little bit different from yesterday. Yesterday, both equations had y equals. The y was by itself in both. Today, we only have one equation that has y equals, but we are going to be using a form of substitution to solve. So in the top equation, we have 3x plus y is equal to 4. And in the bottom equation, we have y equals 3x minus 2. So since in that bottom equation, you're given an expression for y, we're simply going to take that whole entire expression and put it in place of the y in that top equation. So if I take a look at my first equation that I'm going to rewrite, the 3x is going to remain the same, but in place of the y, I'm now going to put in this 3x minus 2, because that's what y is equal to. So you're taking the expression and you're substituting the whole entire thing for y in the top equation. I now need to combine like terms. So we have 3x plus 3x is 6x minus 2 is equal to 4. We're going to add 2 on both sides. That will give us 6x is equal to 6. And we're going to divide both sides by 6 to get x equals 1. Just like we've been doing with all of these algebra problems, I'm going to choose one of the two equations. I'm going to pick the y equals 3x minus 2. I'm going to substitute in 1 for x. And we wind up getting y is equal to 1 as well. So my solution for this system of equations is 1, 1. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Okay, so here we have an x by itself. Okay, and remember, the whole first step of the substitution method says to solve one of the equations for one of the variables. So yesterday we had both equations solved for y, so we can kind of skip right to step number 2. In these equations that we have today, you're always going to have either an x or a y by itself. So again, you're really kind of just jumping to step number 2. So here in this problem, we have x is equal to 2y minus 1. So in this bottom equation, in place of that x, I'm going to be replacing that with 2y minus 1. So this is going to become 2y minus 1, and then I'm just going to recopy the rest of that second equation. Okay, I will have to combine like terms again. So I have 2y plus 3y is 5y, minus 1 is equal to 14. I'm going to add 1 on both sides to get 5y is equal to 15. And dividing both sides by 5, I'm going to get y is equal to 3. We now need to solve for x, so I'm going to use the top equation. X is equal to 2y minus 1. When I substitute in the 3 I just found for y, I have x is equal to 2 times 3, which is 6 minus 1, so x is equal to 5. And that makes the solution 5, 3. Okay, let's take a look at one more before you try one on your own. We have 2x plus y equals negative 5 and y equals 2x plus 3. So I always want to focus on the equation that has the variable by itself. So this whole entire expression is going to get substituted in for the y in the top equation. So the 2x will get rewritten. Then instead of a y, we're going to be putting 2x plus 3. And I'm going to finish recopying the rest of that equation on top. I'm going to combine my like terms. And I'm going to solve for x. So we get x is equal to negative 2. I now need to solve for y, so it's just easier to use that equation on the bottom that has the y by itself already. I'm going to substitute in negative 2 for x. So we have 2 times negative 2 plus 3. And y works out to be a negative 1. So my solution for this problem is negative 2, negative 1. All right, so let's take a look at another problem. Why don't you guys try this one? Okay, remember in this case, the y is by itself in the top equation. So I'm going to take that expression and I'm going to substitute that in for y in the bottom equation. Okay, so why don't you pause the video, try this on your own, and when you're ready, hit play. All right, so in this problem, we again are taking that 5x minus 2, and I'm putting that in place of the y in the bottom equation, but I do need to recopy the rest of what was in that equation. So I have plus 4x is equal to 7. We're going to combine our 5x and 4x to get 9x. So we have 9x minus 2 is equal to 7. And then solving for x, I'm going to add 2 on both sides, divide by 9, and I get x is equal to 1. I still need to solve for y, so I'm going to use the top equation to do that. I'm going to substitute in the 1 that I just found for x. And I wind up with y equals 5 minus 2, or y is equal to 3. So my solution is 1, 3. Okay, let's take a look at one more, and I'd like you to try this one on your own as well. Here we have x is equal to y plus 7, and x minus 3y is equal to 3. Okay, so hit pause, try this on your own, and hit play when you think you have the answer. So in this problem, x is equal to y plus 7, so I'm going to replace x in the second equation with that y plus 7. I'm going to recopy the minus 3y and the equals 3. I need to combine that y, which remember is a 1y, and this negative 3y. Don't forget about the negative sign. So that gives me negative 2y plus 7 is equal to 3. I'm going to subtract 7 on both sides. So I have negative 2y equals negative 4. I'm dividing both sides by negative 2, and y is equal to 2. I now need to solve for x, so I'm going to take that top equation. X is equal to y plus 7. I'm going to substitute in the 2 that I just found for y, and I get x is equal to 9. So my solution for that system would be 9, 2. Okay, so that's the second type of substitution. You'll see a little bit more next year. Hopefully you were able to do these. You kind of got a little bit of a feel for it. Obviously, if we were in the classroom, we'd be spending a lot more time on this, but this is all I'm going to be showing you for this year, and you will definitely build upon this next year. If you are coming to Zoom, we're going to go over all the different types of algebraic systems, just as a little bit of a review. And then the rest of the week is kind of for you guys to make up any missing assignments, whether it be for me or any of your other classes. All right, so have a great day. If you have